Hello and welcome to the Jumpcast. I am your host for today, Nick, and I am joined by, of course, my other two co-hosts, Max 1 and Max 2. Please feel free to introduce yourself.
Heyo, Max 2.
Hello, I'm the other Max.
And today we're covering Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 271, labeled From Now On. And this is also the last chapter. Round of applause. Man, we're really encapsulating the energy of the community right now. But yeah, I'm very excited. Let's get through this. I'll just jump straight into the recap. I will try to summarize this pretty quickly just because people can read it anyways. Chapter begins from where we left off last time, where they're on this mission trying to find what the hell's going on. This guy's got big old eyes when he talks to his fiance. And they're trying to figure out if it's a curse user or curse spirit. They kind of deduce it's a curse user. Starts off with Nobara just saying, hey, the girl's clean. She doesn't have any like curse marks or anything like that. And then they try to come up with a plan to try to bring out the curse user. And their solution was that there's a condominium or like a building pretty close by that they're just going to have the couple go up to try to see if they can get out of the range of the curse technique. Once they do that, they do notice that, hey, the guy's eyes go back to normal for the girl. And as they notice that, they look down at the building that I'm presuming they lived in beforehand, and they see the curse user, kind of a tight outfit, windbreaker, and a mask on.
Bro's got the architect strip on.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we see him, and then Nobara and Yuji try to go in and take him down. They say this will be easy. Then they also get hit by the same effect. They got goofy ass faces. After that, we see that Megami summons the dog, summons the wolf, takes him down. He also makes fun of Nobara and Yuji because they couldn't really focus. I'm assuming they just looked at each other and started laughing too hard. So after that, curse user's apprehended. He's taken into jumped a little bit. The curse user also apparently bought the purse for that for the fiance. Or I guess like they had some sort of relationship together beforehand from like her old job, whatever it was. Anyways, curse user is apprehended, and Yuji has a small conversation with him, and it goes into a flashback of Yuji talking to Gojo, and the summary of it basically is that Gojo's ambitions and his dreams will live on through Yuji and his successors, saying that they're not going to need Gojo anymore because they're going to get stronger than him. So yeah, ending off with he said, "I'm counting on you, Yuji." And then it cuts back to the present where Yuji says, "Hey, after this whole mess, you should come and work for us. I'm counting on it." Megami also scolds Yuji because well, we'll see later at the end of this chapter, but he put a ward up somewhere and he said, that's a dumb idea, don't do that. We then cut to some form of the afterlife, where it's Mahito and Sukuna speaking. And the summary of this conversation is basically Mahito calls Sukuna out and saying that you actually lived for revenge. You didn't live for yourself. It was for the how he was poorly treated in his past life, because we know that he was like an unwanted child and everything like that. Sukuna arguing, it's kind of the same thing, which I can kind of believe. But then he's like, no, I could have chosen a different life. He said like I had multiple chances. and then what is it? I'm assuming it's Yorozu on his left Yorozu on his left and Urame on his right. Uh, basically saying, if I get another chance, I'm gonna live a better life. And then Mahito says, "That's boring. What am I gonna do now? Because I'm the only unruly child left." And then he's just like left in this ether of an afterlife. And then we just get to see a few panels of the gains enjoying themselves. Also, I want to point out how cute Panda is just sitting on Yuta's back.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
He is. And the last panel is going back to that little place where they had Sukuna's finger at the beginning of the series, and we see that a finger is there again. So that's what Megami was scolding him for. And that's the end of the series.
So fucked up, dude. It's so fucked up, man.
We didn't even have to ask. So yeah, this was a bit of an odd chapter. I say a bit of an odd one. It kind of goes against a lot of what people were thinking the series was going to be about and how it ended. So yeah.
Yeah, this is
God, there's so much to explain about this chapter. It's kind of whack.
This is definitely not how I thought it was going to be ending at all. I thought it was gonna be much darker.
Same thing here.
It's much darker, and I don't feel like it. At least like the not vast majority, but like the chunk of the chapter where they're just kind of like going on this little like fetch quest to find this guy. Doesn't feel like the end. Like, I don't know about you guys. It feels like this is something that could have happened at the beginning of the series. But because, we've seen our trio grow and mature, we see how they would have handled it now instead of, it would have been like 6 months ago when they first all met. So, which is crazy to think about. That all this shit only happened in like
a year.
Yeah, like maybe roughly. A school year.
Yeah, give or take.
So,
yeah, I don't know. The more that I look at this chapter, the more I like it. I may hold that opinion differently from like you guys. I like the fact that they're going after the curse user because it kind of just shows that they went back to their normal lives as jujutsu sorcerers. And I think the conversation with Gojo was actually like meaningful, saying like, hey, Yuji is basically going to carry on the will that is Gojo's. And I think that's like a good example of saying like, hey, you should join us and work with Jujutsu High. Like kind of being open, not just saying like, I'm going to fucking kill this guy because he's harming humanity. Like he's saying to his ambitions of like, hey, we should try to help people. And yeah, the conversation though with Mahito and Sukuna is a little bit different. As a lot of people have already said before, just because like leaks came out, this was like way too much of a switch up on Sukuna's part. Just the fact of like he did get talk no jutsu into wanting to live a better life later. Although I do kind of agree with the ambition thing that like he lives for revenge, but his form of revenge is just existing. Just like, I will be a curse.
It's like living out of spite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like that.
You know what would have been nice though?
What?
If we got literally anything else from his backstory, so it felt more potent and understanding.
It stuck better, yeah.
True.
Because I don't understand what Gege means by having the duo. Oh, there's two other directions. What does that mean? What does Uraume? What does Ice Bitch want him to do? Like what? Like I don't know. I got no clue. All I know is that the other bitch is just like, I want to fuck him so bad. I want to fuck him so bad.
Yeah,
take
she's
my
looking
love.
yandere for him. Whatever the term is. Is that the term? I don't know. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
just wanted him.
yeah, it's not. It doesn't stick as hard as it could be because we don't have any um like evidence of why Sukuna is the way he is,
Mm-hmm.
or I shouldn't say no evidence. We have very little in the way
Like
of
we
why.
know that Gege like figured it out. Like Gege laid it out. He has a piece of paper that has the wants, needs, and goals of Sukuna. He doesn't tell us jack shit.
We just need that. We need that piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it really is hard to show like his ambitions behind that, like with revenge.
Oh, 100%. Could have been one
Um,
chapter, though. Could have been one chapter just being like, oh, I hate my dad.
It literally could. Dude,
well,
Sukuna's his little blob self could have said that.
Yeah.
in my eyes, I can see like why he was an unwanted child because just from the fact that he ate his brother, and then I'm assuming that they're just like, this kid's stupid and horrible, and then he was probably killed, and then he wasn't killed with jujutsu, and he had jujutsu in him, and it's just like, I am reborn.
Mm-hmm.
I am a cursed spirit, and I will live on in rebellion and with revenge. Kind of similar to Naoya.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with Naoya, and also to be fair, I didn't like Naoya that much in the second fight. I think that it was kind of plain.
Yes. I agree.
But
Yes, I have.
I felt more compelled about that one because like it was teaching the rules of jujutsu and um what is it? Why is my brain not working? It was showing the like stating the rules of jujutsu, like if you don't kill someone with jujutsu sorcery, they're gonna be reborn as a curse, and seeing that all play out already from beforehand, because like it established Nalia's backstory as a cursed spirit, how his
Mm-hmm.
life was before, and it was a bit more compelling than this. Like I agree, could have been a chapter, like literally 5 pages, just him having a horrible life.
Or even just like
Like
a panel or two. Like,
Dude, a
could've been fucking
panel of his
anything.
dad hitting him would have been perfect. Boom. Even that would have been enough.
yeah, I mean like just imagining that a panel like what is it, a chapter like 5 pages of him living horribly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He gets killed for some stupid reason, and then like him in that afterlife like stirring right before he becomes a curse, just saying like I hate this, I want to live, I want to
Mhm.
live. And then he lives and just like, you know what, boom, Heian era.
Hey, an era.
Yeah,
Exactly. Oh, excuse me.
I feel like we
so
definitely.
that part's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. We definitely could have benefited from like flashbacks to the Han era. Just like in general, if you know what I mean. Just like bits and
Mhm.
Yeah.
pieces of the shit that had happened.
Yeah, it was explained with like the most that we got from the Heian era wasn't even with the Yorozu encounters. It was at the like middle of the Kashimo fight,
Yep.
where
Mm.
it's just like, oh, this is what he did. So it was like cool. We just see paintings on a wall, like cave paintings of what happened.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
thanks, Gege. Very
Thank
cool.
yeah,
you.
I uh, also it's just really funny seeing Mahito.
I'm gonna
I
be a
really
bully
like Mahito
child.
as a character. Yeah, that is like a stupid line, and I'm wondering if it
Yeah.
was just translated
I
differently.
think the translations were different. I don't know what they
Yeah,
were, but I don't think they were like that.
yeah,
Particularly.
but it's also cool because it kind of shows, in my eyes, when I saw him and Mahito talking, it showed that him and Mahito had the same sort of idea, but they just executed it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like both of them were like, "Hey, I want cursed spirits to live." Um, but Sukuna was a lot more of like, I am a bit more picky about this, while Mahito was just like, I'm gonna do anything to achieve this goal. I will be reborn. I will do anything.
He
And
wants to
again,
be the next Sukuna.
yeah, he was about to be. He really was.
Yeah.
It was just that like he got spoiled at the end
Yeah.
with the
Mhm.
with all the black flashes.
At the sky fall. And it crumbles. We'll see.
But yeah, I'll also go over. This is just underwhelming when it comes to endings for stories. Like I
It's not what
remember
you
the last
expect.
chapter of Attack on Titan, great. Last chapter of Demon Slayer, great. Last chapter of My Hero, I even enjoyed a bit. Even though that it kind of felt like the same sort of thing, but
No,
I don't know.
gotcha.
Just everything ended up in Yuji's favor.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the worst thing that happened was that Gojo died.
Yep.
Who knows,
Uh,
dude? Gege loves to glaze bleach so much. Maybe we're gonna do in like a year or two. We're gonna get a one shot like what Kubo did because Gege wants to copy everything that Bleach did. So maybe we'll get that. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll quote unquote fix
he copied
everything.
Naruto right there, though. The
Yeah.
fucking
Okay.
talk no jutsu shit. The like,
Mm,
I could have lived a better life. And like, no, it just spits in the image that was Sukuna.
yeah. Because
Ugh.
we saw like maybe it could be Sukuna being having a boomer mind and he won't admit was alive that he could live a better life, but maybe
Sukuna just needed to look at a little bit more TikTok, and he would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in that boomer age
like you
mindset.
say, dude, that's why I mean Jujutsu Kaisen takes place in 2018, so that's probably why Sukuna did all he did is he doesn't have access to TikTok.
Yeah, dude, it was still musically at the time. Like,
Yeah.
dude, all of this shit could have been solved
Dude, all
if
this could have been
TikTok just came out
solved
a
if
year
Sukuna
earlier.
was had access to TikTok.
If
That
bro,
brain rot would have saved his ass,
if
dude.
bro drank the delectable purple nectar from Macca's, this would all be different.
Yeah, if he had a grimace shake.
Grimace
Dude,
shake.
this shit would save him.
It would. It would change his life.
What it would have been though is that like when he opened up TikTok, it's just like unlimited void right there. Like I feel my brain disintegrating.
Dude, he doesn't have enough. He starts doom scrolling, so he just doesn't have the time to like actually like go do his plan and everything. So that's why like we win. It's just you get like Yuji gets a notification that like there's been like his average screen time on his phone is like 20 hours and like that's all
I was
TikTok.
asleep. Like I was asleep, and
I
then
was
it's just
asleep. How
like
did I do this?
cuts to him sleeping, and then you just hear like Sukuna's like,
Dude, I just imagine Sugata like lounging on his like skull, like bone throne thing, just like doom scrolling. And it's like not even like a deep one. Every so often he's like, I like
yeah,
that one. I gotta send that one to Arame.
yeah.
Arame like wakes up to like 200 TikToks like daily.
I hate how
But,
much I feel like that would be a thing.
You're right. That would happen though.
Goofy as hell.
But anyways, I'm gonna try to not let this chapter impact my whole feeling on the fucking series because I feel like that happens with people a lot. Like
yeah.
people are gonna call JJK
Series
shit.
ruined because of one chapter.
Yeah. But I don't know. This was a really fun ride. I guess I was just expecting a little bit more of a darker ending and a lot more uh people having trauma at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's just
I
a
mean-
lot more happier, which you know what? The good thing is that we get to see Yuji smile actually.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that like trauma you're talking about is they're masking it. They're not. Maybe they've already talked about it as a group because we don't know how long, this ending is after the Sukuna fight. Maybe they all did a little powwow. They had a group therapy session. They got over the fucked up shit they saw. Maybe they're better, but maybe they're just all hiding their trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows?
This is just the life of a jujutsu sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yuji's just gonna see like 3 more people die next year.
Get that
Mahito's
1,000
gonna
yard stare again.
Mahito's gonna reawaken, and then he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna make Nobara blind," and that's it. But yeah. Anyways, I hope that there's never a sequel series of this. I don't want there to be a sequel series. I think that this ended off on a good note.
Yeah, I think we ended on a very good note for where the series is. You know, please
Yeah.
keep it where it is.
I do not want to. Well, like there may be a sequel series just because this thing made a lot of money,
Right.
like a lot of money, but uh, I don't want it to come out like immediately afterwards. I don't want to have like the whole Boruto situation.
Oh God.
We're so popular, it has to make money now. Like, let Jujutsu Kaisen the end, like how the series ending, let it marinate for at least like a year or a few years to kind of give Gege some time. Because then also, I think Gege needs to sit down and reflect on Jujutsu Kaisen, on where he wants to go from here. Does he really want to make a sequel? Does he want to go
I don't
do
think
something else?
even then
Yeah.
like because Shueisha owns the rights to it technically in help with Gege, so they can make a sequel whenever they really
That's true.
feel like it without his involvement.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more likely to happen, although we don't know what Gege's next series will be, but we've talked about it before. He hinted that he wanted to make a basketball series beforehand.
Right.
So maybe he'll do sports.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Do the next Slam
I
Dunk.
prefer to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been watching too much Hajime no Ippo. So like I'm stuck on sports. I love sports manga.
They're
and
very
anime.
fun ones to watch and read. But yeah. I don't know. We didn't touch on it. I didn't want to touch on it. I don't know if you guys saw Gege's final comment for this week. So I guess for our audience, Gege did say, and this is his quote: "We've reached the end. Thank you all for your support. I'll keep doing my best in my future works," which I think is really good because it's a good way to end it. Or him, maybe this is him like putting the final nail in the coffin of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like this is him being like, "It's done. I can." What's the Thanos quote? He's like, "I can sit back on a peaceful universe." Give him like a year or two, and then he's like, "Okay, guys, Jujutsu Kaisen Shippuden is coming out, guys.
Oh,
I'm
God.
so excited to announce it." But I think that's a great final comment because through the highs and lows, we've supported Gege, and I mean, this series has been such a big part of, at least for us as hosts, our three has been a big part of our lives, and the audience has been a big part of a lot of people's. So it's good to see that he is recognizing. I mean, with all the hate and stuff that's happened with Jujutsu Kaisen recently, it's good to see that he's still keeping a positive outlook. So, and then I did also want to mention, I don't know if you guys saw, Jujutsu Kaisen this month had reached 100 million copies are in circulation of the series. So
Wow.
pretty big milestone. I don't know stats off the top of my head of what other series are like that. I know probably One Piece is up there, and
I'm sure that like
yeah.
even like Naruto and stuff like that, but especially right at the end of like circulation, like the last of the series still coming out, like Jujutsu Kaisen is like I don't know. It's weird. My best way to put it is like it's like fucking Breaking Bad, like the like Game of Thrones at this point. Like it's a show. It's like a show or something that we have that like the whole world is kind of focused on. Like uh what is the what am I trying to say with this? Like it's already ingrained into pop culture. People have already made references to it while the series was going on, which is crazy because you don't see that happen too much. Like people make references to like Naruto or Bleach or like I see a few. There's like a famous one with One Piece and the Olympics, like for uh some sort of like weightlifting thing. Like a guy made a reference to One Piece, but like it's ingrained into our culture, and just seeing it end is huge.
So I'm going off a list. So as
Also,
of
everyone
May
knows
of 2022 or 2024, it's like similar series, like shonen series. Like so Naruto, I mean, it's been out a lot longer. It had a lot longer runtime, but there are 250 million copies sold and in circulation. So
Wow.
Dragon Ball, according to this list, has 260 million in circulation. So, One Piece has 500 million in circulation.
Wow.
So it's a pretty impressive stat. Especially for a series, this came out in 2018. So, like what, 6-7 years this series has been around and it's grown this big. So it's very cool to see that. It's cool to see a series do that.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about how much I'm gonna miss this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna suck. It genuinely is gonna suck. Like, cause okay, as much as we have bickered about this series, about how it could be better, really truthfully, it is such an interesting world, interesting power system. The characters are interesting. The comments it makes on the themes it discusses are interesting. It has its highs and lows, but truthfully, I feel like JJK has made like something that will always be worth consuming from here on out. It will be one of my top 10. I think honestly, probably my top 1 for a long time. And I know
I would
for a fact,
agree with that.
Yeah, I know for a fact I will be collecting it physically as much as possible, buying both the individual volumes and if like they make
If they make big
omnibuses,
volumes. Like I'll probably get that too. God damn it, you just brought that up to me. They're probably gonna do that.
Yeah, and now the last panel is probably gonna be my fucking lock screen for the next week.
It is gorgeous. It is very well drawn. Yeah.
It is good detail.
Damn.
Good detail. Yeah, just we can't let the ending blues get to us.
Yeah.
That's the big goal.
Yeah. There will be another series that we like. Might not be as good as JJK, but
or hit at the same time. Like there's it's like the Goldilocks thing. Like it has to hit just right at
That
the
brain itch,
perfect time in your life. Yeah, just to like hit everything correctly.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's important to enjoy these series in the moment because you don't know when another hit like that is going to come out. Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I don't know if anything will hit as well as this, just because I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen came out at a great time in mine, and I'm assuming your guys' lives as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because like for me, a little thing is like Jujutsu Kaisen is what made me really like become friends with you guys again. Like we'd been friends, we kind of hung out and stuff, but then like Jujutsu Kaisen, like starting to read it around like Shibuya ending, really made us become like closer friends, and that's always going to be important to me. Is like the people you meet through these, who would have thought, 3 years ago when we were all reading this that we would be making a fucking podcast talking about it weekly.
It's fucking
enjoying
bonkers.
it. So yeah, dude.
Dog, I genuinely can remember one time I don't remember whose car we were in, but we were driving to go eat somewhere. And I remember us talking about fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Thinking,
oh
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I had just started the series and you guys had already finished like part 4 and you were complaining about how part 5 was so weird.
Oh yeah.
I love part 5, dude. I think it was one of our other friends at the time that was just like, I didn't like it as much as part 4. Like, you know what, dude?
It's part 4.
Fuck yourself.
Diamond is Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I think that was me. In the moment, I didn't enjoy it.
That's really funny.
And then I did a second watch. I did enjoy it a lot more.
No, it's understandable. It's understandable. Wow.
And who knows? Maybe something like that with Jujutsu Kaisen will happen. Is we really did enjoy the series, but maybe on a read through of like binging the entire series, we're gonna love it even more.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Be like, but I think it'd be really fun to kind of, now that the series is officially done, is to go back, read the series entirely again,
Yes.
or read our favorite fights, read our favorite moments. You know, I think that's kind of what we need to do, is to kind of reflect on the series now, and you know what it's meant for you as a. I don't want to be like, everyone go, think of your top 3 JJK moments and what this series means for you, but like kind of just reflection is good no matter what you're reflecting on. So it's always good just to reflect.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna be. I know I mentioned this last time or the time before, but I'm definitely gonna be rereading everything physically.
Oh yeah.
So
with the
That'd
like
be
official
smart. I should probably
Viz
do that.
translations, like I guess quote unquote finalized translations.
yeah, exactly.
It'll be
Yeah.
good to kind of see what exactly was said. But
Yeah. But yeah. Um, I guess to go from here, I guess because we'll wrap this up.
yeah.
Just news for this podcast, because we literally just talked about JJK for over a year. We are going to take I'm gonna say a 2-week break, just to kind of chill out and kind of figure out where we want to how we want to tackle the podcast from here. We already have a few ideas. I think that we already know what we want to do, but just try to get into the flow of doing that. So expect us to be back sometime in the middle of October. Um, so yeah.
We'll send updates.
We'll send updates. I think we've also talked
Exactly.
about doing more, instead of like just more podcasty stuff, doing more like long form content too.
Yep.
So look out for
Yeah.
that. I think we'll probably do something special for the end of the year or around Christmas time. So also look out for that.
Might do a Christmas special.
Yeah, dude. We gotta do
Yeah.
our Christmas special.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. But yeah, also one other thing. Please feel free to link this if you want, Max, too. But his series finally came out today.
Yeah.
Good fucking food. So please go give that a watch. What is it, Max? Please feel free to tell everyone the schedule. Maybe you could fill your hole in with that while we figure out the new situation for the podcast.
Yeah, definitely could. Yeah, so I made a web series. It's called Good Fucking Food. If you want to know about where to find the good fucking food, specifically in Chicago, please go watch episode 1 that dropped this morning at 9 Central. The release schedule for each of the episodes will be bi-weekly. So in 2 weeks, the second episode will drop. And then 2 weeks after that, the third episode will drop. And that'll be it for season 1. There will be more episodes in the future, as season 2 is already being cooked up right now, along with its own Christmas special that is being planned sometime in December. Probably going to be releasing around, probably a little bit after Christmas. We'll see. But regardless, I do want to do my little obnoxious speech again, but really truthfully, thank you to everyone who's been listening to the podcast. Thank you to everyone who comments. We love hearing from you guys, and we love being a part of this community. It's been truthfully a really wonderful ride, and we're excited to continue to talk about this genre that we're so passionate about. So anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah.
Gold.
Took the words out of my mouth. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you guys in the next couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeehaw, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.